Hi there Booktube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm doing my Friday read. So I read one comic and 3 books this week, which I'm really pleased with. There's some good ones in there as well, which is really exciting. In fact, it was quite a good week in terms of reading. But before I do that, I'm back to usual scheduling and back to my usual recommendation of a booktuber every week. And the booktuber I want to recommend this week is Amy Jane Smith. I found out about her channel through the lovely Lauren from Lauren and the Books. They've done a few collaboration videos together and I've really been enjoying Amy's channel since. So I really recommend you go and check her out, and if you like what you see, show her some booktube love. As always, I will link down below her channel so you can go and check her out if you should wish. But let's get into the books that I've read this week. So the first thing I read this week is issue 8 of I Hate Fairyland. I'm just covering that top bit up because, as you can probably tell, there is a swear word there. This is one of the variation covers, but I've just really been enjoying this series. If you watch my channel, you know that I'm an advocate for this comic. I'm trying to get everyone to read it because I think it's brilliant. And I love the artwork, I love the colour palette, and I love its sort of quirky, dark humour and all the gore that goes with it. So I've really been enjoying this. It's not quite up to the same standard as the first series arc for me in terms of story. So I gave this one 4 stars. Next up, I completed my Austen series, my cloth-bound classic series of Austen stories, and with a couple of other lovely booktubers, Tracy from Flamingo Reads and Amanda from Amanda J, we read Lady Susan, which isn't this whole book. It's only a very small chunk of it. I think it's only a couple of 100 pages. It's written in letter form, and it's written in letters from Lady Susan to Lady Susan and to various other people that are involved in the story. And I really loved how this was written, actually. It was probably up there with some of my favourite Austen works. The biggest thing I love about this is that Lady Susan is not our usual protagonist. She's not someone that we want to root for. She's not someone we like. She is wholly unlikable and very much out for herself. And it's just a refreshing change to see that come from Austen. And to think that this was one of her younger writings, one of her earlier works. It's amazing how much she changed to when she wrote protagonists that we all rooted for and loved. It's really just the story of Lady Susan. She's a widower. She's a bit of a flirt. She's looking for a new husband. She's looking for a husband for her daughter. She's not a very good mum from what we can gather. She just wants her daughter married off to someone. And it's just a really fun and interesting look at a different type of character. So I really enjoyed this and I gave it 4 stars. Then I started reading some books for the Underhyped Readathon. I only got through 2 this week for that, but they were 2 relatively good ones. The first one was brilliant. Both of these I was reading with Caitlin from Kitty G, although we only ended up reading one together because of various circumstances, but we read this one together, and that is Caravelle by Stephanie Garber. This is an ARC copy, as you can see, but a very beautiful one. This comes out on the 26th of January, so there's not too long to wait now, and I would definitely suggest getting your pre-orders in. I absolutely loved this. It was such a refreshing change from some predictable stories that I've been reading. The suspense and the tension building throughout this is consistent, which I really enjoy. There's misdirection, lies, manipulation, and there was plenty of things in here that I didn't really see coming, which I really love in a book if it manages to surprise me. This is the story of Scarlett and Teller. They live on an island which they haven't been able to leave with their father. Their mother left when they were younger, and they've been left with their father, who is a very violent man, and they dream of escape. Scarlett is set to marry a count who she's never met, which has come through an arranged marriage through her father, but she wants to marry this man. He's been sending her letters. He seems quite kind in his letters, and she just wants to escape her father's clutches and look after her sister and take her sister with her as soon as she marries this count. But every year she has been writing letters since she was younger to Legend, who is the creator of this mystical sort of adventure called Caravelle, and she's been asking for him to bring it to their town. He travels around, never goes to the same place twice, and all of a sudden, just before her wedding, she receives a letter from Legend with 3 tickets to the Caravelle. Caravelle is this magical adventure. It's an adventure game with role playing, and the winner of the game who manages to solve the clues and win the game gets this time a wish. And this is very much what Scarlett wants. All I can say is bring on book 2, because I cannot wait to get some more of this. I couldn't quite give it 5 stars for some reason, and I'm not sure why. There was just something, but this is a very, very high 4.5, 4.75 stars from me. I really enjoyed it. I was hooked from it from the beginning, and I definitely recommend this one. Definitely. And then the last book that I read this week is Frostblood by Ellie Blake. This again is an ARC copy, and this one comes out on the 12th of January. So both of these are January releases. There was nothing wrong with this per se, it just didn't feel very original. Unfortunately, I could see the twists and the things that were happening in this a mile off. I knew exactly how it was going to end and what was going to happen, and that's a little bit disappointing. You want a few surprises thrown in there, but when you can preempt everything that's going to happen, I found that a little bit disappointing. And it sort of disengaged me a little bit. But it was an okay read, and it was an easy read. I flew through this in about a day and a half. This is a story set in a world where we have Firebloods and Frostbloods, and they're at war with each other. Firebloods can magically produce fire, and Frostbloods can magically produce ice and frost. The Firebloods are nearly all wiped out by the Frostblood King, who is all-powerful and has been killing Firebloods in order to have dominance. Our main protagonist, Ruby, is who we're following in this. She is a Fireblood, and one day in her small village, it's discovered that she's a Fireblood when the soldiers come and her mother is killed. And from that moment on, she is set on a path of revenge against the Frostblood King. There's a girl that is set to come into her power, learn her power and destroy the Frostblood King. There's a boy who she's going to fall in love with, who isn't all he seems. There's battles and adventure, and it's just for me nothing new. I quite liked the idea of these Fireblood and Frostbloods, and I thought that was very original, but for me there just wasn't anything enough that would make me want to continue with this. So it was good and it was fun, and if you like these type of stories you will definitely like it. The writing is really good and the story is solid. It just for me felt like I could tell everything that was going to happen, and so I gave this one 3 stars. So that's everything that I've read this week, and at the moment I am currently reading Paper Menagerie and Other Stories by Ken Liu. This is a set of short stories. I recently went to an event where I heard him talk, and he is amazing, and these short stories are amazing so far. I've read the first 3. This looks set to be one of my favourite short story collections, and as you know that's really hard for me. There's only one I think that I've loved, and that was Sweet Home by Caris Bray, and this is totally different to that, but it looks set to join it on my short stories shelf of 2, but we shall see. This is definitely looking set to be a 5-star read, so I can't wait. I'm so excited that I found something and I'm loving it, and he was such a wonderful talker. If you get a chance to ever see him talk, he's brilliant. This is his short story collection. He's also written a novel which is the start of a series which is called Grace of Kings, and he also was the translator for The Three Body Problem, which is by I think, I'm not sure, I'm not very good at pronouncing that, but he is a wonderful man, and I'm so pleased that I got to see him talk and chat to him, and I'm now reading this book. So I'll be reading that. I'm also reading a book which I will be doing a review on, because I'm part of the vlog tour for, so you'll find out more about that really soon. But that's it from me. Check out Amy Jane Smith. I will link her down below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.